Welcome to Insights, and today's topic is, should Christians attend gay weddings? Now, obviously this is an inflammatory topic amongst culture at large and even within the church, but I want to share with you my conclusion on this very question. Now, let me just be clear that God instituted marriage between one man and one woman starting in Genesis chapter 2. Jesus affirmed this in the Gospels, and you can see those scriptures on the screen that would be part of that consistent message throughout the Bible. Now, I often hear, but shouldn't I, even if I have that position of a marriage between a man and a woman, shouldn't I attend? It's a good friend of mine, it's a family member. Shouldn't I attend to be supportive of the person, but not the ceremony? And so I want to answer this question. I want to nuance it slightly, and I want to say that should I attend a gay wedding? And I want to give you my perspective on this as you evaluate this for yourself. So where I've landed on this is that a marriage between a man and a woman, it is a holy moment, it is a sacred moment, it's ordained by God, it's His purposes being revealed, and one man and one woman together reflect more of who God is in His nature, and that is God's purpose. And I believe that when we bring two women together, two men together, what we're actually doing is making a mockery of the ceremony that God would have us to have to actually honor Him. And so sometimes I hear people say, well, just like Jesus is supportive and wants to help people, so I would go to a gay wedding and I would be supportive as well. It's my belief that Jesus is not within 100 miles of a gay wedding, because it's an actual mockery, as I said, of what He intended it to be and the very purposes of God, one man, one woman, together for life. Now, in the scriptures, and I'm having that up on the screen right now, there's a consistent theme of God describing His view on homosexuality, which is an abomination. God finds it, in other words, He finds it as repulsive. It is absolutely in contradiction to His will. So that is the consistent theme in the Old and New Testaments of the Bible. So why would we want to go and engage in something that is contradictory to God's will and ways, again, even as He describes it as an abomination or something that will be judged in the end? So that's where I land on it. I want to also add to this that I think there's some practical reasons not to go too, especially when people say, well, I want to support the person and not support the lifestyle. Well, when you're sitting in an actual wedding ceremony, at some point near the end, they often introduce the new couple, and people usually cheer and applaud. Are you going to sit there on your hands and not be part of cheering and applauding? Or how about the reception line? Are you going to somehow go through that line and then in the end not congratulate the couple? It just seems odd to me that something that in the scriptures is taught in terms of being a purpose for one man and one woman for life, that somehow that we would try to celebrate the antithesis of what God set in motion. I personally know parents that did not go to their own son or daughter's weddings because they were gay in nature and they wanted to not be supportive in that environment. And I believe personally that that is the way to go. I look forward to being with you next week on Insights.